Hey, it's me, Reed from Emerald Lotus Divination, and today we are going to be doing some charm casting. So welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Today we are going to be doing something fun. I'm really excited because this is something I've been wanting to do for a little while on camera, but I haven't had a chance. I just angled you down a little bit, which always makes me sad because you don't get to see the plants as much, but you get to see this little cloth that I've created. Oh, I got water on it. Okay, wow, I'm really great at this. It's because I just watered my plants. This is the month ahead or weekly planning cloth that I've created. I created this solely for myself and I just made a few extras in case anyone wants to purchase it. But I really wanted something like this for my altar because I'm really trying to be more organized, I suppose. So one way that I'm doing that, I've created an ebook for like a month ahead journal where I'm tracking all of my tarot pulls every single day and also doing a little bit of journaling before and after. But I've been using that. I've been using a paper journal from Papier. I don't have it right here with me, but I'll link it below. It's a little bit expensive, honestly. I really want to create my own journal next time. I know, I'm so annoying like that. So what I want to do is plan out my February with my charms. But to do this, I kind of feel like I want to narrow down some of my charms. I have so many in this espresso cup right now because I also sell charm kits, as you guys might know, on Etsy. So because I do that, I'm always getting in new charm stock. And then I just I always want to keep the ones that I order because obviously I really like the ones that I order. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to put this book here to make it a little bit easier to see, and I'll zoom you in a tiny bit. And I'm just going to kind of go through some of my charms and decide which ones I want to use in my reading. So one of them that I know that I'm not going to use right now is my camel. I love my camel, but I also recently got a snail and I want to use the snail instead. So I'm going to try to narrow this down to be like, I don't know, maybe around 30 charms so that I can get one for every day of the month. So that means I'm going to have to leave some out. I'm just going to put them on the side for now. I'm also going to be leaving out this little pumpkin one. I love this gold pumpkin, but it doesn't really relate to the month ahead. It's great for yearly forecasts and just other readings in general. I don't know about the unicorn. I think I'll leave the unicorn out as well. I have the Scales of Justice, which I absolutely adore, so I'm definitely going to be using this in my reading. I also recently got these combs. This one's going to represent like taking care of myself, self-care, basically just focusing on my outward appearance a little bit more. We've got the little $100 bill, which I will be using in the month ahead. We've got the sun, which I think I'm going to leave out this time. I always read with the sun, but I think I'm going to leave it out. I'm also going to be leaving out the ladder just because it doesn't really, I don't really need it for the month ahead, I don't think right now. I've got this awesome little castle. I love this one. This one to me represents like, it could represent fairy tale. It could represent a Rapunzel type thing where maybe you're like trapped. It could just represent your home. It could represent travel. I'm going to be using it to represent the home. This one is another one that I got fairly recently. It's so gorgeous. Definitely gives me Four of Wands energy, like marriage, relationship, celebration. So I'm going to keep that one in there. I also have a sequence, which I'm going to be using as well, DNA Ancestral. Keep that. The broom, the iconic broom. A lot of people love the broom. I've gotten requests to include the broom in someone's charm kit, and I totally understood because, man, that broom is so darn cute. We'll keep her. I use the broom usually for something in your life that you have to clean up or get rid of, but you could absolutely represent sweeping something under the rug. It could represent like your witchy practice if you wanted. I have this Route 66 one, which I think is awesome as well. Road trip vibe, going somewhere. 66, you could also take more numerologically. Cell phone, I'm going to keep this one because to me, especially right now, this one represents communication and connecting with friends and family through the phone because obviously it's hard to see people right now. This one always to me represents shadow work. Love the mirror though. We have the hand, which I think I'm going to be leaving out for this one as well. This can represent palmistry, astrology, spirituality. It can represent like the evil eye, can represent opening yourself up. It could be third eye. There's so many things with this one. Okay. Oh, here's the little snail. I said I wanted to keep the snail. I want this one for like moving slowly, taking your time to do things, maybe not going as fast as you want. Keep that one. We also have the notebook, which I think is so cute. So this could be literally a notebook for journaling, shadow work. It could also be taking note of something, looking back in your notes. It could represent your adolescence if you used to really love to journal. So it could be like an inner child thing. There's so many things with this one, but I think I'm going to be leaving the notebook out just because I have been using my notebook and my journal so much lately that I don't even feel like I want to add it into my reading for the month ahead. Then we have this little suitcase, which I just think is so precious. It has writing on both sides, which I think is really unique and cool. Different locations: New York, Paris, Tokyo, Moscow, Hong Kong, London. Very cool. So I'm going to be using this to represent travel. I have the astrology wheel, which I've purchased because I think it's beautiful. Honestly, I am really struggling if I want to put it on a chain and wear it as a necklace, or if I want to keep using it in my readings. But I like this one just to simply represent astrology because it's something that I want to pay more attention to and learn more about because I enjoy it. So that one is going to be in the reading. I have this tiny fairy, which I am totally going to include. Spirit guide energy, phase. This is another one that I really like. Oh, I just lost it. Oh, here it is. I believe I've mentioned it in videos before. It's the tiny tank. I think this one's great for like self-sabotage, arguments, conflict. I'm also going to be including the little candy to represent joy. I'm going to include the pentacle to represent pentacle energy, money, finances, material. And the witch's hat. I love the witch's hat. It's so darn cute. It's hard to see on camera because it's pretty small, but I'm going to be including the witch's hat to represent magic. Then I have this 2 hearts, which I always use for my husband and I. I'll be including that in there. Oh, we have a key. I'll use the key as well. Nice gold key. I love the gold ones. I've been trying to find more gold to include in the kits. In the kits, I always try to include a mix of colors of charms. I do this simply because I want you to be able to add to your collection without feeling like it's all silver or it's all gold or it's all bronze. I want it to already feel kind of mismatched so that you're more inspired to add your own charms without feeling like they don't match or they don't belong. That is why I do that, in case anyone is wondering. I'm also going to be including this tiny little gift. This is a charm that I stole from my mom's collection that she doesn't use. I love this one for a gift. I also have this one saying protected, so I'm going to be including this one as well in my month ahead reading, just because I feel like now more than ever would be nice to have a sign of feeling protected. I'm going to include the tiny chalice to represent essentially the cup's energy, intuition, emotions. It says gin. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. I don't think I'll be using it. Actually, you know what? That could be kind of fun. Let's include gin and let's see if it lands on the board and if I end up drinking it all next month. Crayons for creation, a day where I feel extra creative, and I want to also include the cap and scroll, I suppose. I don't even know what this is on the bottom, but essentially I use this one for higher learning, continuing education, learning something new. So let's see how many charms we have here. 26 we have, so we can actually do a few more. I'm going to include the paintbrush, even though I already have the crayons for creativity. I want to have another one just because I feel like I'm always creative. I also going to include the bee for hard work and being busy on a specific day. And I'm going to include the little Alice because to me she represents going inward. It's kind of like Fool energy to me, the Alice charm. Alice in Wonderland, that is, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so she really represents Fool energy, starting something new, the seeker, beginning something, maybe not being prepared for something or seeing something from an open perspective or new perspective, jumping into something. So we're going to do those ones, and then I think I'm also going to do the handcuffs because that could be a fun one as well. I love these little handcuffs. They're just so cute, and I feel like that could be a great message of something that I feel trapped to or that I feel I want to be free from. I'm really curious to see how that pops up in the reading as well. So now I think we actually have all of the charms that we're going to be using for the month ahead. So as you can see, you can always choose to include charms, not include charms, read with all of them, read with only a few of them. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. I change all the time with how I read, so I'm leaving all of my other charms in here for now. So what I'm going to do for this one, I really feel tempted just to move this This is still wet. Oh my goodness. I feel like it's drying though. I can feel it's still wet. I think what I'm gonna do is actually use this resin coaster type thing that I made. I love this thing. It's actually great for throwing charms, so I'm gonna use this because you can really mix them around. Oh, I have water all over this table. That's what I get for watering my plants, you know. And there's the iconic burn mark. I'm just a mess, but it's okay. Don't worry. Okay, so the month of February 2021 goes from Monday the 1st until the 28th of February on Sunday. So anything that falls in this next week here will be for March, and this will be for January, last day. So what I'm gonna do is just give these guys, shake these guys up. Boom, there we have it. So wow, lots going on as well on the 2nd of March. We have like seeking something new, exploring something new as it relates to magics. I'm really curious to do an updated video to this. I think I might, if you guys want, let me know and I can do a response video to this video at the end of February and see if all of the things kind of like came true or what happened with them. That'd be kind of cool. So this one is really interesting already. I'm seeing Route 66 here and the mirror, which is really interesting because I'm actually supposed to be moving on the Friday the 6th of February, or the 6th, I think the 6th is a Saturday. I leave on Saturday, but my last day in England is on the Friday. So that's really interesting already. Yes, I am going back to Canada because I was supposed to be here until the summer in about June, but because of lockdown, my husband's school has been canceled, so we are going to be going back to Canada earlier than anticipated because our lease was only a 6-month lease and we have to renew for another 6 months. And because lockdown and everything, and we know we want to go back in June because he's going to be starting a new program in September. This is, I just follow him around because I work remotely. So the reason we move a lot is because of him. But anyway, so we're going back to Canada for a few months. So it's really interesting to have the Route 66 like right there, as well with the shadow work mirrors, which definitely makes sense because I'm sure I'll be feeling a lot of emotions as I go back to Canada that day. The 1st of the month, we have the hearts, which is really cute, something I'll have to take note of. We have like the money starting in the early February, so I'm curious to see within the first week if I end up making more money or something. Monday, this is the, if this is the 1st, so the 7th, we're seeing like some chains, which actually this makes sense. So it wouldn't surprise me if my job is what's making me feel locked in. I'm also going to be quarantining as well, so I could totally see that being interesting. And there might be a key or something that I have to learn regarding that that maybe will help me feel free. So there's a key beside the handcuffs, which makes me think it's kind of like 8 of Swords energy for anyone that reads tarot to me, where it's like you're bound and you're feeling really stuck, but really you're able to free yourself. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting with that. Thursday, I'm seeing some like ancestral stuff, as well as a busy bee. That I'm curious to see later what played out with that. And then the Friday, we're seeing a gift, so potentially something exciting happening, but there is the self-sabotage charm right beside it. So the gift might be sabotage, or I might sabotage the gift, or it might be what looks like a gift but is really something that maybe isn't the best. This is the 14th of February, which is Valentine's Day. So we have the castle because we're probably going to be stuck inside because we're going to be quarantining, but there's also the like celebration marriage charm as well. So that's really funny. My marriage anniversary is also the following day, which is really funny. And it's saying that I should go slowly as it comes to drinking, which is really funny because being stuck in quarantine, celebrating Valentine's Day and my anniversary, I could definitely see wanting to have a drink by this point. So that's pretty funny. Then we're seeing some creative energy the following day. We have like the broom and the vanity. So we're seeing kind of a move inwards as it relates to maybe creativity or concern about my look or cleaning something up in that area. And then later nearing the end of the month, the last week of the month, we're seeing some pentacle energy and that feeling of being protected, as well as a little bit of creativity potentially on this day or potentially on the last of the month. On Tuesday, we're seeing the cell phone, so I'm curious if I'll get a call or if I'll connect with anyone on this day. Wednesday, we're seeing happiness, joy, inner child. some fun. And then nearing the end of the month, we are seeing my angel along with the astrology card, and the learn something new thing is kind of all around here. This could easily be said for the beginning of March, but potentially it's actually supposed to be with these ones, which would kind of make sense as well. And then the last day of February, we're seeing some justice. We're also seeing a cups card as well. Or cards, sorry, I'm so used to reading tarot cards that I'm calling these charms cards. But we're also seeing the chalice as well, so potentially something to do with emotions that day as it relates to potentially justice. I'm not in any lawsuits and I don't plan to be, so I don't believe it'll be that serious, but interesting enough to take note of. So this is basically it. So this is how you would use the month ahead reading. You could also do this for just a week ahead or whatever you wanted. I think it's really unique and fun, and I'm so curious to see how it plays out in the month ahead in February. So let me know if you want an updated video where I react to this and see what came true and what didn't, because I know predictive isn't always that fun when you can't have insights into if it actually happens or not. So I'm super curious and I can't wait to rewatch this video at the end of February. It's really nice when you do predictive divination and you're able to see what happened and what didn't, and that really helps you determine how to do predictive divination in the future. So for instance, on a specific day, if I realized that this day actually meant that I indulged and I ended up actually feeling really awful because I ate so much and I indulged so much, then in the future I might stop seeing this as like inner child and joy, and I might start seeing it as over excess. So it's just interesting to do predictive because I feel like it actually really helps you understand the symbols in the present, as well as it helps you do predictive stuff in the future. So because I haven't been reading charms for very long, it's been like less than a year, and a lot of these charms are new to me. I don't feel like I have a super deep connection with a lot of them and their meaning yet because I haven't done a ton of predictive work with it. So this is a way that I would practice using my charms and seeing exactly what they mean. Journaling this or recording it on video. You don't of course need to post it or anything, but just keeping track of your charms, how you read them, and what actually ended up happening with them is a really great way to familiarize yourself with them and the symbols. So that is it for me today. Thank you so much for being here. Again, let me know what you want to see from me moving forward. Thank you guys again for being here. Have a good one. Bye. So it's like an hour after I just filmed this video, and the water droplet is now dry, and I'm very annoyed and honestly tempted to refilm the video, but I won't. Just so you know, it really wasn't the same. It was just water.